Hello my dear viewer, welcome to Primeland Education Solutions. My name is Kenya Alan. I'm going to teach Primary 4 Social Studies. Our theme is living together in our district. Our topic is leaders in our district. Our subtopic is types of leaders, and this is lesson number 9. Its title is Introduction to Civic Leaders. My dear viewer, before we introduce ourselves to civic leaders, let's first remind ourselves of the following. Who is a leader? A leader is a person who has the authority to manage and control other people. We have a number of types of leaders, and these include political leaders, religious leaders, civic leaders, voluntary leaders, cultural leaders or traditional leaders, among others. Now, today we are going to know the meaning of civic leaders, and we are going to learn about a number of examples of civic leaders. Civic leaders, these are leaders who provide the social services to people after being appointed. These are leaders who provide social services to people after being appointed. In other words, they become leaders through appointment. We have a number of examples of civic leaders, and the first one is District Internal Security Officer, abbreviated as DISO, D-I-S-O. The DISO is responsible for spying within the district. So the DISO doesn't go beyond the district, but he spies within the district. Still, the DISO is responsible for internal security in a district. So whatever security matter happens in a district, it is the responsibility of the DISO or the district internal security officer to be aware of such matters. Now, we also have the second example of civic leaders, and this is External Security Organization. The External Security Organization, abbreviated as ESO, E-S-O. The responsibility of its leader is to spy for the country from outside the borders of the country. He also investigates about terrorism acts. Let's also see another department that is under civic leaders, which is Internal Security Organization, ISO, I-S-O. Its leader is responsible for spying within the country. Take an example. When our country is under attack, it is the ISO to spy what is going on in the country. We also have another civic leader, and that is the Chief Administrative Officer, abbreviated as CAO, which is CAO. He or she is the highest civil servant in a district. So the highest civil servant in a district is the Chief Administrative Officer. He or she heads all civil servants in a district. When you talk about civil servants, we mean the teachers paid by the government, doctors, nurses, policemen, and the others. He or she also ensures payment of salaries of all civil servants in a district. So whenever a demonstration happens from teachers, nurses, or other people, it will be the weakness of the Chief Administrative Officer to fulfill their salary wills or promises. The CAO also implements government programs in a district. He must put them into action. If it's UPE, let children go and learn. If it's medical attention, let people in a district be treated. The CAO also officiates civil marriage on behalf of the government. He officiates civil marriage on behalf of the government. So that has been the Chief Administrative Officer, or the CAO. Let's now look at the District Director of Health Services, abbreviated as DDHS, District Director of Health Services. He or she is responsible for all medical programs and departments in a district. He or she is responsible for all medical programs and departments in a district. He also supervises all medical workers in a district. For example, he supervises the doctors, the nurses, Even the village health team is supervised by the district director of health services. He also supervises all health centers in a district. All the health facilities in our villages down there are under the supervision of the district director of health services. The next role of the DDHS is he gives special instructions and guidelines to medical workers. So we assume that whatever the doctors or the nurses do down there is because of the instructions given to them by the district director of health services. Lastly, let's look at the district agriculture officer, abbreviated as the DAO. He or she advises farmers on the better methods of farming. Remember, he is the district agriculture officer, so his responsibilities are all about agriculture. So he advises farmers on the better methods of farming. He or she encourages farmers to grow more food in a district, and this is done mainly because they want to promote food security in a district. He is also responsible for provision of better seeds to farmers. Take for instance, a farmer has an acre of land, but he has nothing to grow. So the district agriculture officer must intervene and provide better seeds to such farmers. So my dear friend, today we've looked at civic leaders. And we say civic leaders, these are leaders that provide social services to people after appointment. In other words, they are appointed to provide social services to people. We've seen a number of civic leaders, and these include the Chief Administrative Officer, abbreviated as the CAO, the District Director of Health Services, the DDHS, District Agriculture Officer, and many others. So my dear viewer, up next is a lesson test. I remain your teacher, Bukenya Alan. I love you. Bye-bye.